In 2007, a 20-year-old footballer posed for a charity calendar. In his arms, a 6-month-old baby boy. 19 years later, that baby is 6 feet tall, wears the number 19 for Spain, and on Sunday, he is the last thing standing between the man who held him and immortality. The baby was Lamine Yamal. The man holding him was Lionel Messi. And this Sunday, in New Jersey, the greatest story football has ever told writes its final page. But to understand what Sunday means, you have to go back. Rosario, Argentina. 1997. A 10-year-old boy. The smallest on every pitch he ever stepped on. Doctors gave it a name, growth hormone deficiency. His body had simply stopped growing. The treatment cost $900 a month. Injections into his legs. Every single night. His father worked in a steel factory. $900 was impossible. Argentine clubs looked at the tiny boy with the magic left foot and said the same thing. Too small. Too expensive. Too risky. Only one club on earth said yes. Barcelona. 4,000 miles away. Their director was so terrified of losing the boy, he signed the contract on the first thing he could find. A napkin. The most valuable napkin in the history of sport. 13 years old. A boy who couldn't afford to grow left everything he knew to become everything we have ever seen. What happened next has no comparison. Not in football. Maybe not in any sport. 672 goals for one club. More than most clubs score in a decade. In 2012, he scored 91 goals in a single calendar year. 91. No one has ever come close. 8 Ballon d'Ors, the award for the best player on the planet. No other human being has more than 5. Defenders knew exactly what he would do. The drop of the shoulder. The cut inside. The left foot. And for 20 years, they still couldn't stop it. But there was one place where the magic always died. Home. With Argentina, Messi didn't just lose. He lost in ways designed to break a man. 2014 World Cup Final. Germany. He walked past the trophy, close enough to touch it, and wasn't allowed to. 2015 Copa America Final. Lost on penalties. 2016 Copa America Final. Lost on penalties again. And this time, Messi missed his. 3 finals in 3 years. 0 trophies. His own country called him cold. A Spaniard in an Argentine shirt. Not Maradona. Never Maradona. That night in 2016, at 29 years old, Lionel Messi quit the national team. His words, "It's over for me." The greatest player alive, retired from his own country. Broken. He came back. Of course he came back. But for 5 more years, nothing. Then, 2021. The Maracanã. Brazil's fortress. Argentina win the Copa America. Messi's first title, at 34. At the final whistle he fell to his knees on the grass, and wept. And in Qatar, 2022, the ending everyone thought was the ending. The greatest World Cup final ever played. 2 goals from Messi. A hat-trick from Mbappe. Penalties. And after 16 years of trying, Lionel Messi lifted the World Cup. They wrapped him in a black robe arabished, the garment of kings. 35 years old. Complete. The story was finished. Except, it wasn't. In 2023, he shocked the world again, turning down a Saudi offer worth hundreds of millions a year to sign for Inter Miami. America. They called it a retirement tour. A beach. A paycheck. A farewell wave. But Messi knew something everyone else forgot. The next World Cup was in America. He wasn't retiring. He was moving into position. And now, here we are. At 39, an age when legends sit in commentary boxes, Messi has been the best player at this World Cup. 8 goals, no one in the tournament has more. For assists, Argentina's first 5 goals of this World Cup, all of them were his. 2 goals down against Egypt, he dragged them back. Losing to England with 5 minutes left, 2 Messi assists turned a funeral into a party, and a stoppage-time winner sent Argentina to the final. 1 win from back-to-back World Cups, something no nation on earth has done in 64 years. And standing in his way, Spain. The country that raised him. The academy that saved his life. A team that has conceded 1 goal in the entire tournament. And in that red wall, the baby from the photograph. Lamine Yamal. He turned 19 this week, mid-tournament. 20 years younger than Messi, almost to the day. Raised in the same academy. Wearing the same path. Sunday. 3 p.m. 82,000 people in New Jersey. The biggest World Cup ever staged comes down to 1 match. The man who has everything to complete against the boy who has everything to begin. Whatever happens on Sunday, remember this. They said he was too small. Too quiet. Too cold. Too finished. The sick kid from Rosario, the boy whose own body gave up on him, ends the greatest career football has ever seen on the biggest stage America has ever built. Win or lose, there will never be another. This is Pitch to Glory. If this story moved you, the next one is already waiting. Subscribe, and tell me in the comments, who should we tell next?